I want to rock right now. Oh man, now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head for the rest of the night. Just be walking around the house, that thing's gonna bump. I'm gonna rock right now. I'm gonna rock right now. You know why it's gonna bump? Because I don't know the rest of the song.
Oh gosh.
You know when you don't know the rest of the song, it's like your brain says, man, you gotta remember the rest of the song so I can get past this part. So just keep repeating it. I'm gonna rock right now. I wanna. It's on loop. You know I'm already. Well, loony. Loony, loopy, whatever. What's up, y'all? What's up, sinners? Bunch of heathens. You? All right. How's your Thursday? Thank you guys for coming to kick it with us. Yeah. All right. And today went by fast. The week didn't seem to go by fast, but today it just went cranked on by. It was like I'm studying. I'm like looking up, and I was like, oh snap! It's practically already time for me to, get with my homies and do some Bible studying, do some Bible tripping. I'm tripping out of how fast the day went. All right, so I guess that means I'm already in the mode to trip. I'm already in tripping mode. All right, y'all ready to get down? I'm ready to get down. I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head too. I came to get down. Oh my goodness. I want to rock right now, and I can't get. Then they're gonna start blending into each other and I'm gonna start saying the lyrics from both songs. The lyrics that I don't even know.
Our favorite Nancy Creek is here to study.
Hey, and speaking of which, because she loves that song too. Jump around, right? Okay, let's see what we can do with this. All right, hold on real quick. Let me hit refresh so I can see my fresh self. See if I'm on here. There's the spinning wheel of death. And there I am. All right. The Lord brings us back from death. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see what we can dig out of this one, man. Because, 14, we're on Genesis 14. And there's some stuff going on in here, man. And but let's see what the Lord reveals to us. Let's go. So if you got your Bibles and your sandwich and probably a glass of wine or whatever, let's see what we can do with it. Let's see what the Lord gives us.
That's not what's in your coffee cup, right?
What? Wine and coffee? I don't think that'll go good together. Wine and coffee. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like a dash of like maybe tawny port. That might be good.
Perhaps.
Nah, it's got to be a tawny port. A dash of that in your wine. I haven't tried it.
In your coffee.
In my coffee. It might be good. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. All right, 14, Genesis. What? Now it came about in the days of Amraphel. All right, and you know what, guys? Really quick, in this chapter, there's gonna be some starts and stops, y'all, as we take the tour through their names. All right, so starting with, we're on 14:1. Now it came about in the days of Amraphel. Amraphel. Now, and like I said, guys, you might want to double check. When you go through these, give yourself a double check to see what their names mean, because these are all the general consensus is this is what their name means. You might find some variances in their meaning, and these are the most likely or most possible meanings to their names. But like I said, when this stuff is kind of like piled together, this is most likely what their names mean. Considering the culture and the time that they came from and how the languages came together, but. You know what I'm saying? It's like, make sure you might want to do a double check. But I'm going to give you what I was able to discover so far. All right, so we had Amraphel, and his name means one that speaks of secrets. Okay? And then we got, let's see, Amraphel is the king of Shinar. Shinar is going to be watch of him that sleeps. And it's like, I don't know, is this the land of Cthulhu? I don't know.
It's kind of creepy.
That's kind of creepy, but that's what Shinar means. Shinar means watch of him that sleeps. And I believe that this is associated with Chaldea also. And Chaldea means as demons. So these people were basically as wicked as demons. These were some heathens for real.
Is Chaldea Babylon?
It's as far as its association with Babylon, I think so. Don't hold me to that. Double check for yourselves. Chaldea, there's all this place is kind of it's proximal, but this is Babylon, Canaan, and this area,
oh, yeah.
Right, this general area. Okay, so like I said, as I'm studying with y'all, I'm just pointing out things for us to study, Not trying to play Zoe or Joe Pastor here, or like some scholar or authoritarian. I just like studying with y'all. So you make sure you double check anything that I say, okay? All right. So we got, let's see, Shinar, Amraphel, king of Shinar. And then we got Arioch. And Arioch's name means long, great, tall. It also could mean servant of the moon god. Well, do we have like a precursor to Islam here?
I think so.
Right. Okay. Is this person a servant of Allah? Servant of the moon god? I don't know. Maybe a little bit of little premonition of what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got, who was that? That was Arioch. Arioch. Long, tall, and also these are suggesting, guys, long, tall. So we're talking, when we get into those implied race of giants, and like I said, it's not like the jury's really out on these being like these, like, huge giant people. They might have been, unusually large, maybe tall people, very tall, but like giant, like, these like huge, like, mountain-sized giants. I don't know about that. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, and when it talks about, I think it's Og, the king of Bashan, when it gave like the dimensions of his bed, his bed like turns out to be like maybe like 9, somewhere between 9 and 13 feet long,
13 feet long,
right? So now this talks about his bed. I don't know if like it. I mean, it talks about great walls and talks about great doors and things like that. But you don't have to be a giant to have like tall walls and tall doors. But, like I said, the reason probably he had like such a big bed was, probably to accommodate his concubines. But like I said, it might have been, a large bed because he probably was a large person. Don't know for sure. It's one of those things that, please research for yourself. Yeah, right? Ew. Okay. So, Arioch, king of Elisar. And Elisar, this means revolting from God. So you guys are starting to get a picture. I mean, these were some wicked people that are occupying this area. One of the things that was so mighty was their wickedness. These people were like, wickedness on steroids. All right, so that was Arioch, king of Elisar. We got Chedorlaomer. Chedorlaomer's name means roundness of a sheath. Okay? Now, Chedorlaomer is kind of like, I guess you could think of him as like the Mussolini of his day, because his name means roundness of sheep. Basically, a sheep is like a bundle of stalks, or as fascist means a bundle of sticks. So I think it's funny, like just on a side note, when we see these people who call themselves Antifa, claim to be anti-fascist, well, they don't realize that they are what they claim to be against.
Yeah.
They're a mob of people bundling together like a bundle of sticks, and they want to go ahead and beat the culture over the head with their ideas, and they want the state, they want to give power to the state to force their ideals onto the rest of us. That's how fascism works, guys. Yeah. Fascism appears to those who consider themselves the have-nots and the proletariat, and they bundle together, and they're suckered into bundling together. They're patronized by the powers that be, whether they be wealthy privateers or people in the state or in government, and they're rallied up by these people, and these people take it upon themselves to take to the streets, bundle together, and they want to demand policies that the state will make the rest of us abide by. That's how fascism works. And these people calling themselves Antifa, they are total culprits. They are the perpetrators of fascism in our country. So that comes out of me saying we had what's his name, Chedorlaomer, and he's a wicked dude. Roundness of sheep, bundling these stalks together. We're starting to see the precursor of fascism right here in the early pages of the Bible. And then we have, and he is the ruler of, what do we got? Elam, thank you. Elam, which means a young man, a virgin.
Ew.
A secret. What do you mean, ew? Virgin men should. Yeah. No, right? Well, yeah, they're probably. If you're a man out there saving yourself for your wife, that's not you. That's it. But
that's wonderful. But the Sodom and Gommorah.
But exactly, I feel you. Like in this case, yeah. All right. Okay. So he is. All right. So now this territory, Elam, means a young man, a virgin, a secret, and this is pre-Iranian territory. So this is associated with Iran and Persia. All right. So that's Elam. So we see what's coming down the. It feels weird. Never mind. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine zone. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it though.
For the trip.
Do it for the trip though. I ain't gonna do it. Okay. Next we got Tidal. All right. So what does it say about Tidal in here? And Tidal, king of Goyim. Tidal. That's gonna mean that breaks the yoke. Knowledge of elevation. It sounds good, right? But it depends on what yoke we're talking about breaking. Some people feel like they're totally oppressed. You know, they got a 9-to-5 job and they think that they're slaves. They just want to break free. It's like, you know, you can leave your job at any time, really. But, you know, you're not a slave. It's kind of an insult to think of yourself as one. But, you know, this could be that. This person, for some reason, feels like they're in bondage somehow. And knowledge of elevation. Well, elevation of what? There are a lot of people out there that think that they are so elevated with their thinking. And we go to these institutions of higher learning, and it doesn't literally look like a lot of these people are thinking higher. You know, we've made some strides, you know, in technology and industry and stuff like that. Even though our country is becoming, you know, more dragged by consumerism than it is by productivity, but you know, we've made some strides, but this right here, you know, when we're talking about knowledge of elevation, you know, people think that they're enlightened and elevated because they think that it's their intellect that is their salvation and not God. And this is elevated thinking to a lot of people. So even back then, now, you know, I'm speculating, guys. You know, we have to look at, you know, we got to examine closely or closer the culture of that time. What was the landscape like? What was the political landscape at that time? You know, politically, religiously, you know, because they were still religious people. They weren't religious, you know, for God. They were religious according to their other, you know, paganistic practices. But they were still very religious, even if their religion was self-indulgence. And they do definitely love to elevate their knowledge of self-indulgence. They like to do a lot of that. All right. So let's see. So we had king of Tidal, that breaks the yoke, knowledge of elevation. To Goyim, it's arguable that the term Goyim, this territory Goyim, means nations, peoples, possibly Gentiles. I haven't really. It's like I said, the jury's not out on that. Really, on us. Like these are the most likely meanings of these names, guys. Remember, like I said, you know, it's helpful to double check them for yourself. But it really helps to give a perspective on what it is that we're looking at as this stuff pieces together, as it starts to puzzle the picture of Christ together, and you know, and what's coming in the future. So let's see. So we had that Goyim, possibly meaning nations, peoples, Gentiles. Then we get to the king, Bera, and his name means a well. I guess it's like a water, and declaring. Interestingly enough, his name meaning declaring, but he's the king of Sodom. And Sodom means their secret. They're cement. So it's like you have a person whose name means declaring, but the place he rules over is called a secret. All right. But that's, you know, that's that kind of, you know, self-indulgent leftward thinking that, you know, it's usually very contrary to. But anyway. All right. Then we get the king of Bersha, which means an evil. The king. The king's name is Bersha, and his name means an evil, a son who beholds. All right. And then and he is the king of Gommorah, and Gommorah means rebellious people. From what I've gathered. Then we get to, let me see where we at so far with that. So let's check it again. Now it came from one. Now it came about in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goyim. So these we got those. Was that 4 kings? Now 4 kings right there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. You're king of Sodom. All right. Hold on. Okay. that they made war. These 4 kings are going to make war. They made war with Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, whose name means father of changing. Father of changing, Shinab. I wonder if like Shinab was like a Bruce Jenner type, like father of changing. Sorry. I mean, you know, this is considered. All right. Woo. Then we got, let me see, Shinab. That was King Shinab, father of changing. Admah. His territory was Admah. Earthly, red, bloody. So these were some violent people, y'all. Gangsta. This was like the hood. This was like Detroit. New Fallujah or something. Let's see. Shinab, king of Admah. Then we got Shemeber. And Shemeber is, you know, I'm not claiming that I know how to, like, you know, speak and like read fluent Hebrew. I don't know what the characters look like. I'm just noticing that Shemeber, it looks like 2 words, Shem and Eber. If I got any Hebrew speaking folks, you know, I'd love it. You know, if y'all could give me a breakdown of this Shemeber, because it looks like Shem, as in, you know, our Semitic line, and Eber, where the Hebrews get their name from. So, well, we got Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and I'm just wondering if there might be a picture there. There might be a puzzle there that we could fit in. You know, I wouldn't mind exploring that a little bit more myself, but I'm gonna keep on trucking. And he is the king of Zeboim. All right, Zeboim, and that is the territory that means deer or goats. Nah. And okay, king of Zeboim and the king of Bela, and Bela means destroying. And let's see, this could also, and it says, this is Zoar. So Bela and Zoar are the same, and Zoar means small place. Now, if you guys notice, I read off 4 kings in the first set, and then there's 5 kings in the second set. In the second set, there's four kings and 1 king that's not named. And it looked, you know, at first, you know, looking at it, it looks like it'll suggest that, who we got here? Is it Shemeber? Yeah, it looks like Shemeber is the ruler of like this dual territory, but it's not. There's an unnamed king in here. It just says, and the king of Bela. We don't know what his name is.
And what verse is that?
And that's going to be inside of verse, what was that, 2? Yeah. So 2, that they made war with Bera, king of Sodom, Bera, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela. This is Zoar. So it sounds like this Shemeber is the king of 2 territories, at least 2 territories, but it's not. There's another king, and he's not named, and we'll see that clarified later on as we read. Let's see where we at. Okay, 14:3. All these kings joined forces, the Legion of Doom. All these kings joined forces in the valley of the Siddim. This is the Salt Sea, and I reckon this is now what we know as the Dead Sea, or in the territory of the Dead Sea. So this is the valley of Siddim. For 12 years, they had served Chedorlaomer. Reminds me of Shalimar.
I know.
What's that jam that they had? Oh man, so no, okay, I feel it. No, it wasn't Shalimar. No, I'm thinking. Oh man, I'm getting Shalimar's jams mixed up with El DeBar's jams with DeBarge. Oh, sorry about that, guys. My bad. But hey, both had some good jams though. Shalimar and DeBarge. Say what you want to. Maybe they said disco is dead, so no. Jesus, the resurrected disco. Disco is gonna live forever.
Says, "Woo, knock that pronunciation out."
I know what. Please forgive my bad pronunciation. Like I said, I'm not pretending to be no scholar of Hebrew linguistics. You know, so I probably even said that name wrong, or that word wrong. Forgive me. Okay. Let me see. Do me a favor. Can you write it out in Romanization? If I see it and I'll pronounce it correctly. Just Romanize how it's supposed to be pronounced, and I'll try to say it better. Thank you, though.
I'll say it more better.
Yeah, I'll say it more better. Okay, where we at? Okay, for 12 years, they had served Now you got me all insecure about saying it. I'm just gonna call him Sea Dog. I'm gonna call him Chi Chi. How about that? No. Okay, C-H-E. I'm just gonna call him Che. Why not? Che. Che was evil too. Why not? We gonna call him Che.
Call him King Che.
King Che. Okay, but in the 13th year, they rebelled. It's like a bunch of heathens starting to rebel. You know, I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. All right. So in the 14th year, Che came with the kings who were with him. Now, this is weird because it's going to jump from the stage that has been said about these factions that are going to go to war with each other, and all of a sudden it introduces some new people. What's up with this?
Yeah.
So it's going to go from this, seem like these war parties in this set stage about who's getting ready to throw down, and then all of a sudden Che is going to come. He came with the kings who were with him. And these kings, they defeated the Rephaim, and the Rephaim are implicated as giants. And guys, these giant races, y'all, these are tribes of Canaan. Okay? Offshoots of tribes of Canaan. None of these tribes have any ancestry in the Nephilim, guys.
They're human.
And they're from Canaan. Between Canaan and Mizraim, these are where these people come from.
The Bible tells you where they came from.
The Bible does tell you where they came from. So let's see. Where was we at? 14. Okay, they defeated the Rephaim, and the Rephaim, this is going to mean, interestingly enough, I guess it really shouldn't have been too hard. And it's funny because the Rephaim are implicated as giants. I don't know if like I said, I don't know if we're talking about like gigantic people, but just probably like a really strong race of people, like mighty people. But interestingly enough, Rephaim implicates failure. This was a culture of losers. These were a culture of people who just let things go. They were just overly relaxed. It was like a lazy culture. I don't know how they became so mighty, but that's what their name. Like I said, that's why you want to double check these names, guys. I'm just giving you what I've discovered to the best of my research. But please do your own. Rephaim meaning failure. So Rephaim, they were probably liberals. All right. Okay, we got and interestingly enough, though, guys, I mean, they were a mighty people, and you'd be surprised how these people they get mighty, they get too big for their own bridges, and when they get enough power, they use their power basically to ruin. They basically use their power to establish failure in culture's collapse. Let's see. And his territory, let me see. And then we got Karnaim. And this is going to be, let's see, Rephaim and Ashtaroth, Karnaim. Now, Ashtaroth is implicated as a goddess. Okay, now Ashtaroth. Now, you'll have, it's like on both sides, guys. We have those who, who are more into New Ageism, or, you have those who are pagan, those who are, atheistic or agnostic, and you even have Christians who are very critical of Easter. And, and they'll say that, well, Easter is a pagan holiday, and it has its roots in the term Ashtaroth. Ashtaroth, then you'll have like the Greek breakdown of it, these, let me see, I think these Mesopotamian breakdowns and stuff like that. And these words are very, they have similarities with each other, from Easter to Esther and Esther and Ashtaroth or Ashtaroth, so they're looking at these names. But even though, like, one would say that, okay, well, we're starting to kind of reach a little bit in their pronunciation, but the thing is, the thing that they do have in common is that they point to the worship of a fertility goddess. That is one of the things that they have in common that kind of binds them together. So things like when we get to Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and Karnaim means horns, or might even possibly mean twin horns. So this place, this fertility goddess, that's this territory. This territory of this fertility goddess, I guess between the two horns or something like that. Please double check if you want to dig into it a little bit more. But here, I want to say this about Easter, guys. Those who claim that, Christians are deceived because they're practicing or they're celebrating a pagan holiday. Guys, we don't celebrate a pagan holiday when we celebrate on Easter. And notice I say celebrating on Easter, not celebrating Easter. There's a difference. And the thing is, see, if we're talking about a fertility, you know how God operates. God showed you how he operates in Egypt. He took each one of their gods and body slammed them all. He comes in, what, you got a river god? Body slam. You got a god of the daytime? Body slam. You got a god of this. Like he went through their gods and laid out a plague for every god that they had to show them, like, your gods are fake. I'm the real deal. So, considering the nature of God with that, when it comes to Easter, God showed his might again. Because if Easter is about the fertility goddess, well, what God did was he showed up and says, well, this is what I think of your fertility goddess. I can actually impregnate a woman and your fertility goddess can't. I can open up the womb of barren women. I can impregnate a woman who has never known a man, a virgin. So much for your fertility goddess. When you got people out there praying to their fertility goddess and she's not coming through for you, I just step onto the scene and I say, what you got? That you got a virgin? Bam, pregnant. So, and we know that if it was really a fertility goddess that got married pregnant, you would think that she would give birth to a daughter. A daughter whom they could say that, so the fertility goddess could say that, here I am, the mother of creation. And I'm here to save you. But it wasn't a daughter that was born to be the mother of creation. A son was born. So, and it was a son who came to save us. Now, this of course doesn't take away from the women's standpoint in this, because the word of God came through a woman. Amen. Our salvation was delivered to us by a young virgin girl. She delivered our deliverer. God works that stuff out. So, for men, let's not go getting a big head full of ourselves as, right, yeah, we run this. No, Jesus runs this. And for women, don't getting all prideful and stuff with the feminine because a woman gave birth to our Savior. None of that pride belongs to us anyway. Amen. That's the Lord. Yeah. That's the Lord. So, but anyway, that's what I want to say about Easter. It's not we're celebrating Easter. We hijacked it. Because God came in and put his foot down on it and says, before you go thinking that this is a fertility goddess, that's fake. I'm the one who writes this. I do it. All right, so let's see. That's what we celebrate, y'all. Let's keep it real. Let's see. Asherah, Karnaim, the Zuzim. And the Zuzim, another a race implicated as giants. And their name means the post of a door, splendor, beauty. And they are going to be, and they're residing in Ham. Ham, which means hot, like a burnt brown. Remember, you got the son of Noah, Ham. His name means, and this is probably the territory of Ham, and his name meaning hot, heat, brown, like burnt brown. And the Emim, another race of people implied as giants. And their name means fears, terrors, formidable. These people are like probably full on, what do they call them? What do they call them nuts? Berserkers. These are like your terrorist variety. These people were like the ISIS of their day. They were fearsome people. Terrorists, just full on selfish nuts. And then we got, possibly just examining their name and looking at, the evil, the wickedness, the violence, that was going on then. The territory is going to be Shaveh. So we go from, let's see, sorry about that, y'all. Let me catch up real quick. Zuzim and Ham, and the Emim in Shava. Kirataim. Sorry about my pronunciation, guys. Let's see. Shaveh, which means the plain that makes equality. And Kirataim, meaning two cities. So the plain that makes equality. And How do you make equality? Well, it takes heavy-handed statehood.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have it, and these were warring places, guys, and they're trying to force equality in what they want you to believe.
Yes.
It's not free thinking, guys. It's not free thought, and they try to force it. You know, they're trying to force this utopian way of thinking. It doesn't work. It turns out bloody.
It's usually like the state of California. Their governments make the successful come down to the less successful. And they're equal now.
Yes. Yeah. And it's not a good way to do things. You want to elevate people, really elevate people. Let's see. And then we get to Ham and the Emim in Shavakir team 14:6. And the Horites.
Stop.
They sound like they were doing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, where we go? Oh, dang, autocorrect. I'm like wondering, it's like, where did my notes go? Why can't I find Horites? Because autocorrect turned it into Hornets. It's like, just leave me alone, autocorrect. You always be making people sound, dumber than they actually are. I don't need any help with that, All right. Horites, meaning princes, being angry. Some angry princes. Tutti frutti. I'm an angry prince. All right. And then we get to the territory of Seir. So let me see. And the Horites in the hill country of Seir, as far as El Paran, which is beside the wilderness. So the meanings of these places is going to say, so we had Horites, princes being angry. The territory was hairy goat. The words that make up Seir are hairy, goat, demon, tempest. So we got yeah, right. So and you'll notice, guys, like in a lot of in paganism, you'll see the satanic figure depicted, with a goat head, and a human body. Sometimes the image is hermaphroditic. I hope I said that word right.
You see it all the time in the American music industry.
Right.
Too, so.
I haven't used that. Right. I haven't used that word in a long time. Hollywood. Yeah. All right. So yeah. I guess evidently the devil's a tranny. Yeah. And so we got. Let me see. Seir, hairy goat, demon, tempest. All right, and this is El Paran, and Paran. That says El Paran, and El is associated with God, and we got Paran. So I don't know if it's the same, because we're talking about this territory, but I mean Paran in this looks like it means beauty, glory, or ornament, and this is going to be in Mishpat, which is beside the wilderness. 7. Then they came again to Mishpat. This is Kadesh, and in Mishpat is going to be fountain of judgment. Interesting. Kadesh meaning holiness. Let's see. And they subdued all the territory of the Amalekites. Amalekites, another race implicated as giants, as well as the Amorites, implicated as giants, who live in Hazron Terah. And remember, guys, this is in Canaan territory. These are your tribes, offshoots of Canaanites. Got to keep driving that home, man. I'm trying to get people to understand.
That's the area of the Fertile Crescent.
Right there, you go. So you're trying to make that stuff known. Okay, now we're at 14:8. Then the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, this is Zoar, went out and lined themselves up for battle. We're sick of you.
Oh, Lord.
Are you ready? We're going to go to war.
We're going to dance off.
Bring it. You just bring it. All right. I mean, it's the king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. And the king of Zeboim and the king of Bela. This is Zoar. And they line us up, line up. It's like a chorus line. They line us up over battle. We're gonna kick you and kick. Sorry.
You're kind of silly tonight. People are questioning what's in your coffee.
Coffee. No, it's what's in this chapter.
What happens when he has caffeine?
Don't tell Melissa, but it's decaffeinated.
Decaffeinated still has caffeine.
All right. No, I'm just this is Bible tripping. That's what we do. We trip out on the Word of God. That's what it is, you know. All right. Okay. Let's see. And Admah, the king of Zebulun, they lined themselves up for battle. All right. And in the valley of the...
Wait, Andrew Reisner says, "Oh, we about to stump the yard."
We're gonna stomp the yard, man. We're gonna stomp the yard. Okay. Okay. Quit, man. You behave. All right. Against Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goyim. Oh, and I wanted to say really quick. I think one of the reasons why it went to that there was that section where they squared off against these giants. I think, guys, it's probably for the purpose of letting you know how powerful these kings and their nations were. Because it says that they squared off against basically these other kingdoms that were, implicated as giants. So this is a pretty mighty nation. They're fierce, right? So there's a fierce standoff that's getting ready to go here. And this is like, these are people that they warred against, and evidently they fared well. So now they're getting ready to do war with these guys. So this is a pretty this is going to be a pretty, this is going to be a hard campaign. All right, let's see. And Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goyim, Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar. 4 kings against 5. Hey, remember when I said that group of kings? There was 4 kings that was mentioned in this first section, and there was 5. There seemed to be 5. There was 4 kings plus an unnamed king. We're trying to figure, well, was there an unnamed king, or was this king a king of at least 2 territories? And this right here is letting you know, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings against 5. So there was an unnamed king in there. It just tells you that he was the king of Bela. It doesn't tell you what his name was. And we'll speculate on that in a bit. Let's see. Elasar, 4 kings against 5. And we're at 14:10. Now the valley of the Sodom was full of tar pits. And what was this, LA? Was it on La Brea? All right. Now the full of tar pits. And as the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, they fell into them. That sucks. Kind of. They fell into them, and those who remained fled to the hills. So they took all of Sodom and Gomorrah, took all their possessions and their food, and left. They also took Lot, Abraham's nephew, and his possessions, and they left as he was living in Sodom. So evidently, Lot was living around, he was living in or around there before. Yeah. And then he got kidnapped, right? They took him as a slave or whatever. He got snatched up. Then a survivor from this campaign came and told Abram, the Hebrew, and it's right here it's starting to establish that you can see where there's this sanctification. It's letting you know that Abraham is not of their. He remains an outsider. He's not of their nation. He's being established right now as a Hebrew. So you start to see God's nation starting to his chosen people starting to come come together. Starting to congeal here. So we say Abram, right here. His own man, not part of this wickedness that's going on. He's Abram the Hebrew, who was dwelling by the large trees belonging to Mamre, the Amorite, the brother. So he's even making allies with these people, right? So it's because not everybody's bad. Okay? So Amorite, the brother of Eshcol, and the brother of Aner, they were Abram's allies. It was homies. When Abram heard that his kinsmen had been taken captive, he rallied his trained men. It's like, Abram getting ready to regulate, getting his posse together. They're going to go ride on some fools. Let's see. His trained men, those born in his household, 318 of them, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. So it's like, this is the original 300 plus 18. Because they're going up against a legion, y'all. The numbers that they're going up against, y'all, it ain't pretty. You know, what they're getting ready to go and do. So how they were able to do it, they probably have some really, awesome military strategies in order to pull that off. But I think if I can entertain a little bit of numerology, only in the context of the Bible, I'm noticing that it's 318 men. And let's see, if you take the numbers 318, my math really sucks, so I might be wrong about this. But if you take the numbers 318, you're going to end up with 3, 1, you get 4, and then add the 8, you're going to get 12, and you add the 1 and 2 from 12, you're going to get 3. You got the triune God right there. It wasn't so much that they had an awesome military strategy, which they most likely did, but they had the triune God backing them up in order to take on that legion. And you know how it is with Israel. When Israel does a war, you can't even study Israel's military strategies. Because it's like, how do you do that? That's a miracle. How do you study a miracle? How do you replicate a miracle and try to apply that in war strategy? You look at Israel and how they're able to still stay, how they came back as a nation, how they still survived despite everybody coming against them. That's the hand of God, baby. That's the hand of God. So, and how do you study that? How do you apply that into how does another nation apply that into their military strategy? Okay, so, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. Then he divided his servants against them at night, and he defeated them and pursued them as far as Hova, which is north of Damascus. Okay, so let's break down some of those names. So we had, let me see. Let's back up to the peoples, the Amalekites. And their theme, the Amalekites, their theme song is, lick it up, lick it up, oh. And so I guess they were big Kiss fans, because Amalekites, their name means a people that licks up. That's what their name means. Amalekites, the lickers. All right, the up-lickers. The Bible said it, not me. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. All right. So we have the Amalekites and the Amorites, and their name means to speak or say. So, they were proclaimers, I guess, in some fashion. And then we've got, let's see, moving on. Did I get Damascus in there? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So we had Hezron Tamar is drawing near to bitterness. Mamre, whose name also means rebellious, bitter, set with trees. Eshcol, the guy's name, his name means to cluster. Aner, his name means, my wife gave me the look. She gives me the look whenever I say that name. You have to say it like that, though. All right. Answer, Aner's name means answer, song, affliction. I can feel your look. I can feel it. Dan, his name means judgment, and he that judges. So when Forrest Gump is like calling out Lieutenant Dan, Lieutenant Dan, Lieutenant Dan, he's really saying Lieutenant Judge.
Yeah.
All right. And then we got the territory of Hova, and that means love, friendship, secrecy. We got the territory of Damascus, and that means a sack full of blood, the similitude of burning. Blood sack. Blood bag. It's gross. I live in Damascus. I live in a blood sack. It's gross. All right. Okay. Man. Okay, so we got through, 16. He brought back all the possessions and also brought back his kinsmen, Lot, and his possessions. Abraham went and regulated. He came back with stuff. Give me back my nephew. I'm going to take some of that too. Y'all learn. As well as the women and the other people. All right. Now let's get into this mysterious set of verses right here. We got Melchizedek, or some may pronounce it Melchizedek. Here in my Hebrew Bible, that was given to me that was given to us by our friends Matthew Rivera and Danelle Fuller. You know what's up. All right. Just hooked us up with some Bibles, man. Like that's awesome.
So
right?
kind.
All right. Now after he returned from defeating Chedorlaomer and the kings, Che, right? Yeah, Che. All right. Now after he returned from defeating Che and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom went. So now, really quick. Now we talking about the king of Sodom who defeated Chedorlaomer, or was it Abram? Who defeated them?
Abram went in and took everything back.
Took everything back.
Abram and his servants. Let's call them his servants. Yeah.
What do you guys think? You know, yeah, it's possible it might be Abram. You know, like give me some input, guys. What do we got here? But it says now after he returned from defeating Chedorlaomer and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom. That's why I'm wondering if it was the king of Sodom. Was it the king of Sodom who defeated Chedorlaomer, or was it Abram? Because it says now the king of Sodom goes out there to meet him, like he won or something. So let's see. If you guys got some input, give me. All right. So now after he returned from defeating Chedorlaomer and the kings who were, it must. You know, I'm gonna have to say it was probably no, because it seemed like they both went and did a campaign against them. They both did.
15, then he divided his servants against them at night, and he defeated them and pursued them as far as Hobah.
Okay.
North of Damascus.
All right. Now, regardless of which, I don't think that's not gonna change the picture that we're gonna paint that gets painted here. All right. So let's see. Now, after he returned from defeating Che and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom. So if the king of Sodom, that's gonna be Bera, right? Bera, there he is, Bera, king of Sodom. So it's got to be the king of Sodom, who is Bera, went out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh. This is the king's valley. Okay, so I'm going to say it must have been Abram, because it's Abram who had finished with this campaign, and the king of Sodom comes out to meet Abram. Yeah. All right. Okay. Got it. I think we're pretty square there. Went out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh. Shaveh, that's going to be... Hold up. Where's my Shaveh, man? Did I not get that down? Bad, so. I thought I did too. And then it just disappeared. That's wrong. Look up Shaveh, y'all. Okay. So listen, the valley of Shaveh.
Here it is.
What you got?
The plain that makes equality.
Was that the same one?
Yeah.
All right. Got it. See, I'm on my game. I'm on top of it. Jeez. I shouldn't doubt myself so much.
It keeps you humble.
That's right. I'm a humble guy. All right. Let's see. Valley of Shaveh. This is the king's valley. Then Melchizedek. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me double check something real quick. I don't want to be telling y'all some stuff that's not really squared. You know what I'm saying? What did we say that spot was?
You mean Shaveh?
Yeah. What did it mean?
The plain that makes equality.
Let's see. I'm not going to spell the whole thing because I might show like my very bad spelling. I'm a good speller. All right, just double checking because you know I don't want to be telling y'all nothing that's off. So I just wanted to double check to make sure that my memory was squared. And yes, that's what it was. All right. Okay. So let's see. Where was we at?
18.
To meet 18. Thank you. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was a priest of El Elyon. He blessed him and said, "Blessed be Abram by Elyon, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be El Elyon, who gave over your enemies into your hand." Then Abram gave him a tenth of everything. Okay, let's back up. All right, so we got this is painting a pretty blazing picture, y'all. Let's see. Melchizedek Melchizedek, he's king and priest. Who is Jesus? King and priest. Melchizedek's name means justice. Who is Jesus? Perfect justice. He is the king. Melchizedek is the king of Salem. Salem means complete and perfect peace. So you have the king and priest, Melchizedek, whose name means justice. That is what Jesus is going to administer. Perfect justice. And he is the king of Salem. Jesus is the king. Melchizedek. You might as well make, it's like, if their name can be interchangeable. It's not, it calls Melchizedek here. But it's okay if you kind of almost, get their names mixed up. Because they're pointing this. This is a picture of Jesus. It's pointing to him right here. And he is the king of Salem. Jesus is the king of the perfect state of peace. Yes. So right here, you got this picture of Christ that's coming down right now, right before Abram. And what does he bring? He brings bread and he brings wine. Jesus, the body, is the bread of our salvation. Jesus, and you got Melchizedek painting that picture right there. He also brings that wine. The wine, blood, the blood of Jesus is the wine of our salvation. So you got this picture that's just coming up large right here. So, and then from there to 21, then the king of Sodom, and this is the king of Sodom is going to be your satanic figure here. The king of Sodom said to Abram, give me them people. The possessions take for yourself. But Abram said to the king of Sodom, I raise my hand in oath to Adonai, El Elyon, creator of heaven and earth, not a thread or even a sandal strap of all that is yours I will take. So you will not say, I've made Abram rich. I claim nothing but what the young men have eaten and the share of the men who went with me. Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their share. So these could be pictures of Gentiles who get grafted in along with Abram. But look at the picture that this paints here. This is what Melchizedek brings. He brings bread and wine. Basically, this is Jesus. Like Jesus letting you know, accept my gift of bread and wine. If that's good enough for you, you will inherit eternal salvation in paradise. Yep. This is what, if this is acceptable to you, accept my sacrifice. My body is the bread. My blood is the wine. This is what I'm bringing to you. So Abram embraces that. But the king of Sodom, who is the devil figure, this is a picture of Jesus being tempted in the desert. Because he comes out and he says, let me see, where's it at? Then the king of Sodom, we're at 21. Then the king of Sodom said to Abram, give me the people, the possessions, take for yourself. So he's basically coming to him and he's like, it's like the temptation he brings to Jesus. Like, yo, Jesus, I can give you all this. This is all mine and I can give it to you. And Jesus, man, you ain't gonna get them kind of bragging rights, baby. I ain't give you, no. I ain't buying it. I'll just stay out here and be hungry until you've had. I'm gonna be out here until you get tired. The devil got tired before Jesus did. Jesus out there 40 days eating nothing. Yeah. The devil got tired before he did. That's because Jesus is hardcore. Yes. So Jesus, you got is pictured here with Melchizedek bringing that bread and wine. This is what it's like, look at the two things. You got Melchizedek, bread and wine. I got that bread and wine, baby. And then you got the king of Sodom. It's like, look, man, I got all this. I got material possessions. I got a wealth of all this stuff, and I will give it to you. And Abram's like, man, you need to back up with that. I don't want it. I want what Melchizedek is presenting. And it's like, and you can see it where the king of Sodom is like, give me the people. You can have all my possessions, but I want your people. I want to rule over them. It is worth it for me to give up all of these possessions. I'll give it to you if I can have them. And Abram understands, and Jesus like, and even and Jesus himself, who's residing over this, is like, no. What good is it to gain the world and lose your soul? Abram would have lost his soul if he would have done that. Sold out all those people. so he can have the material possessions of the king of Sodom. This is a picture of Christ that's being painted right there. Abram ain't no sellout. He knew what the real prize was. He took that bread and wine. It's some good bread and wine. It's some good bread and wine, Mel. Can I call you Mel?
Oh, gosh. What makes me think of Mel's Diner?
Right? Yes, Mel's Diner. I got that bread and wine. Okay.
I'm dating myself.
Woo! I know, right? Let's see. You a fine-looking cougar. All right. Let's see. And then right there, it wraps up with Abram saying, I claim nothing but the young men, what the young men have eaten, and their share of the men. It's like, basically, it's like, look, it's almost like they have partaken of this sin. And it's like, you know, they've already done that. But you know what? From here on, and that's done. It's been done. Can't take it back. But from here on out, we're going to be redeemed from here. So it's like from there, it's like Jesus saying, hey, what's in the past and what's in the past? I've taken care of your sins, past, present, and future. As long as you struggle with your sin, we're all sinners. We're sinners, y'all. We're all sinners. Even despite what some people say that you can't be a Christian and be a sinner. Wrong. We're still sinners. The trick is to not partner with your sin. You got to struggle with your sin. Not give into it. You're either going to serve sin or you're going to serve God. Wow, and sin is always going to be out there trying to get you to serve yourself. You're always going to be trying to serve yourself. But you got to look at it and say, you know what? I can't be that selfish. I can't do it. Lord, help me to not be this selfish. Lord, help me to stay in your grip. Don't let me lose my grip and then grab onto my sin and just keep going with my sin. So it's right there. So this is what is going on right here. Abram's like, look, yo, these sins have been done. We've already partook in the possessions that they had. But you know what? We're gonna nip it in the bud right here, and we're gonna go on from here.
That's a good word, bro.
Can you dig it?
Yes.
All right. That's 14, y'all. I hope we got something useful out. I hope y'all got something useful out of that. It was good for me.
I do have.
Anybody mad at me? I hope not. Talking a bunch of nonsense, Zoe.
I've got just something I want to mention real quick from John Patrick Shelton.
All right.
He's got a request. He just requested it of us, but I'd like to put it out there.
Okay.
The more prayer, the better, I think. John Patrick Shelton says, hey, Miss CJ, I was wondering if y'all could keep someone in your prayers for me. My friend Becky was a trafficking victim and a victim of SRA all of her childhood. She's safe in Cali. She's from the UK, but she's trying to get asylum in the state. She has found God and has become a Christian.
Sweet.
Please keep her in your prayers.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Let's keep her in our prayers.
And the Lord is already showing it because He's delivered her.
Yes.
Delivered her from her oppressors, and she's being delivered into the kingdom. Is not the Lord answering? Yeah. I believe He is. So we give thanks. We give thanks and praise to the Most High God who comes through. He signed His name in blood to let us know He's going to come through.
Yes.
All right.
And is a legion, is it 5,000?
You know what? We got some military folks in there. Can y'all break down what a legion is? Legion what is the count for a legion? Who oversees a legion, and what's the number of a legion?
Yeah, liking the breakdown you did of Melchizedek and Jesus.
Oh, well, awesome. Thank you guys for giving me a chance to share my thoughts with you. We'll do one more. Anybody got a question or a comment or anything like that? So Penreco Artis says a legion is 12,000.
Thank you.
All right, Penreco, thank you, man. Penreco, fellow drummer up in here. Rock on, my dude.
Really? Oh.
Let's see. One more. Anybody got a question or a comment that they want to?
Let's say hi to Amy Villalobos is back. Hi, Amy.
What's up, Amy? Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Andrew Reisner, he said he'll have to get his Bible next time. He's what do you say, kind of backslidden, not backslidden, but...
As long as you don't feel good about it, man.
Yeah, and I told him we've all been there.
Yeah.
So
just don't feel good about it and don't do it no more.
Yeah,
it's really what it comes down to. Yeah, don't. Yeah, you know how this. Hey, for those who we get backslidden and stuff like that. Struggle with it. Don't feel good about it. Do not. Here's the thing. It's one thing to not feel good about it, but here's the real thing is don't try to flip and justify it. Don't make excuses. Amen. Don't try to justify it. Just accept it's like, look, I messed up. Go beyond apology and repent. And we got to stay in repentance, y'all. Yeah. We're gonna be. It's like we're addicts in recovery. That's just the way it's gonna be. Never assume that you got a handle on it.
Yes.
You got to keep if you got any sort of handle, you keep your handle on Christ. You keep that grip on it, and you lean on Him for the strength to struggle with your sin.
Yeah, that's something you taught me a while back. Is don't ever be one of those people who says, I would never do that, or I'll never do that again.
Yep.
Because that's when pride sneaks in.
And that's when you slip.
Yes.
That's when you slip. When you think you got a handle on it, that's when you get caught. All right, so let's see. And once again, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys, I totally look forward to sharing these thoughts with you guys on Thursday and Sunday. So it really means a lot to me that you guys will even come in and hear what my observations on this and just, to read with me. So it really means a lot. And thank you guys for supporting. Thank you for those of y'all who support, who want me to keep this going. As the saying goes, the message is free, delivering it isn't. So if you guys want to leave a tip for the trip, I do appreciate it. I don't, mean to be soliciting, but the thing is if we're those free market entrepreneurial, pro-business conservatives that we talk about, if you want to keep that supply and demand keep coming, I'm just saying,
Since the free-thinking liberals who run YouTube have basically cut you off, and
free thinking cost, and if you're not careful, free thinking can cost us more than we actually were expecting to pay. So, yeah. Anyway, y'all, just AlfonsoRachel.com. Yeah.
And share the video.
But hey, that's me clowning around. Regardless of which, whether you hit my website up or not, I hope you just keep coming to fellowship with me. But I want to be able to keep doing it. I want to be able to keep doing this fellowship with you all. Just putting that out there. All right, y'all.
We'll see you Sunday.